Hey guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a get ready with me. I know I didn't do a ton of get ready with me's during the month of October, but this month I'm hoping to have a lot of really fun content planned out for you guys, and I'll touch on that later in the video. These are mostly new releases that I reviewed in my new makeup releases, favorites and fails for October that I didn't use on my channel. So give you guys my thoughts on them, and yeah, let's do this. Oh. Okay. So this is the look I created. It's like deep olive green, kind of smoky, very fall appropriate. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get this spread. Okay, so first of all, how do people do things with nails? Like, for those of you who wear nails, how do you function? I've scratched myself so many times. They look so nice. I'm sure like false lashes, I'll probably grow accustomed to them, but it's a struggle right now. I don't really have any new primers to test out, so Tarte Silk Canvas time. Just gonna take my coin, scrape a little bit across, and go to town. This is very, very pore smoothing, and lately overnight I've kind of just been doing this thing where I drench my face in like sleeping oils and overnight oil. I do that on the plane as well. That's like one of my favorite tips for going on the plane, because the air on airplanes is so stiff and just really bad for your skin. So what I like to do is I just cover my face in beauty oil, and it just kind of creates this layer on your skin that the air can't really penetrate through, so your skin just stays like hydrated and you just get off the plane looking amazing. So I've been doing it overnight, especially because my skin gets so dry during winter, so that's really been helping overnight. But I'm just applying this on top of bare skin with a tiny bit of residual facial oil left on, so that's what I've been loving. And my skin's doing relatively okay. I mean, given the amount of stress I'm under right now, it's looking banging, but definitely could be better. So good life. For foundation, I actually did an Instagram poll and I asked you guys what new release you wanted to see. So I have the Colourpop No Filter Stick. I just reviewed this one in the new makeup releases, favorites and fails for what's that month called? October. So if you want to see my full review, go ahead and watch that one. But I didn't use it on camera during the month of October because I really didn't do any get ready with me's. Never had time to just sit down and do like a full 4-hour filming period for get ready with me's, because these videos I would say are relatively easy to film because it's kind of just like putting on makeup and talking, but they do take a long time to film, so I just didn't really have time. But this month I want to get back into that, so I'm planning on doing a few different like full review videos, which I didn't really do last month either, as well as some more get ready with me. It's just like what I like doing. On that poll I had the Colourpop No Filter Stick Foundation and the Becca Skin Love. Didn't review this one yet. I was really thinking that people were going to want to see this one, but most of you guys voted for Colourpop, so I will go by the majority rule and use Colourpop this time. But I think sometime in this month I will probably do a video using this one as well, because I've been testing this one out. Oh baby. Today we're using Colourpop, which is probably a good thing because I do have a party I'm going to tonight, so I'm not planning on redoing my makeup throughout the day. This better last. I'm in the shade Fair 25, which seems to be a pretty good shade match for me. I'm just applying a pretty liberal amount today. I do want to get some nice full coverage. I would definitely say that this is a medium to full coverage foundation. Oh shoot. In my review video, I mentioned that the stick foundation really did not look good on my nose. So somebody actually mentioned in the comments to use a glitter glue on my nose to make it stick better. So yeah, a little bit nervous, but like, let's try it. Okay, this feels so weird and definitely very sticky, but
that's what she said.
I'm gonna use my Sigma F80 Flat Kabuki to buff this one out. Hopefully it'll provide like a nice tacky base and just make everything sit better. Oh yeah, it definitely glides on pretty easily. I do prefer using brushes with stick foundations. I really hate the way sticks look with sponges. So that's just kind of my rule of thumb. I either use it with my Sigma F80 or with my my Clarisonic brush, but today Clarisonic's upstairs and I'm too lazy to go upstairs again. So yeah, as I was saying, I do have some pretty, I think, exciting videos planned this month. I haven't done a like full review video like the ones I did for the Anastasia Norvina palette and then the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I haven't done one of those videos in a while. They take a lot of work, but those are the videos I'm like actually the proudest of on my channel. It's just like the finished product makes me so happy. So I really want to do 2 of those this month. I'm planning on doing one for the Huda Beauty nude palette, which I just ordered for the Sephora sale, and then one for the Morphe and James Charles palette, which hopefully will come out on launch date, because I know that the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection didn't really go as planned. Alright, so that is looking very nice on my entire face, but now for the moment of truth, let's do the nose. Maybe the glitter glue is going to do something good. Okay, first of all, I look really pale.
That great big shiny ogre is not getting anywhere near me.
No, my nose still looks whack. So I don't really have any new concealers to show you guys, but I do have a concealer that like I said I loved a couple months ago and then I haven't really used or talked about ever since on my channel. So someone actually DM'd me and was like, hey, can you talk about the Kylie concealer again? So I do still really like this one. I have been using it pretty consistently and I love it with this foundation. So let's get this spread. I heard a lot of rumors that it's the same formula as the Colourpop No Filter Concealer, which I don't think is necessarily true. I do definitely notice a big difference. I feel like this one looks like better. I feel like it blends more seamlessly. Seamlessness. I've just applied that everywhere. As you can see, it's pretty much the same color as the foundation. So for under my eyes, because I do want to get a little bit of a highlighted effect, I'm going to mix in a little bit of the No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 04, just a tiny bit, just to brighten everything up. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with a brush. So yeah, in terms of like general life updates, still stressed, still single, that's it. I have been thinking about doing another one of my like chit chat, get ready with me and get to know me videos. I did that in I think June or July, and that was a really fun, kind of scary video to put together because I don't ever talk about personal life or anything like that very much on my channel. I'm just a very private person by habit. But I did a little bit of a Q&A on my channel and I just kind of opened up and let you guys into a little bit of my life and what I like to do and who I am. And that was actually a very fun and freeing video, I guess, to upload. So I've been thinking about doing it again. Let me know, do you have questions? Put them down in the comments and I will consider making a part 2 to that video. But until then, this is all you're getting. Actually, okay, now that I put the concealer on top of the foundation on my nose with the glitter glue on it, I feel like it looks pretty good. I don't know, this could be a good hack. Yeah, so that's the base on. It's a very natural velvety skin finish and it stays that way throughout the day so that when you do kind of get a little bit oilier, as pretty much everyone does throughout the day, I feel like it just looks beautiful. I am a cream contour type of bitch, so today I'm going to use the Milani Contour and Highlight Stick. I mentioned this in my last video, which was the drugstore favorites video. I was like, oh yeah, I really like that contour stick from Milani, and then I'd never really elaborated, so I'm going to use it today. I've never used this on my channel before. This is in the shade 01 Fair Light. I don't know about the other shades that they have of this one, but the Fair Light one has this perfect, like, almost grayish tone, but just very nice, true cool tone contour shade, and that's very hard to find in a good drugstore contour, so I'm gonna use it today. I do love me a good cream contour, and contouring is my favorite step because it takes me from looking like this to less dead. By the way, this contour stick does come with a like cream highlighter or liquid highlighter on the other side. I hate it. Always make sure you're blending upwards because that can be one of the things that really like fucks up your cream contour, is if you just blend down and that kind of pulls down your entire cheekbone. So blend upwards, and then if you do accidentally blend a little bit too far down, actually like taking what I use to blend out my foundation, today it's the brush, but usually it's with a sponge, and just kind of re-sculpt out underneath where I blended out too low, and that'll kind of erase some of the contour. So especially because you haven't set with powder yet, that's like a perfect thing to do. And I think you can see that gave a really nice like soft fake cheekbone. Even if you didn't blend too far down, you can actually take that same like brush trick, just kind of tap on top of it and just soften up the look. So this can help it look a little bit more natural and just more seamless. Sorry, I've been like obsessed with John McLean lately. John McLean and Antonio Garza are the two most iconic YouTubers ever. Changed my mind. Now for powder. That is the most ASMR you guys are ever gonna get on this channel. You're welcome, weirdos. I'm gonna be using the Hourglass Veil Powder. I've had a lot of requests to use this on screen because I've been recommending this $46 powder and telling you guys that it's the most beautiful loose powder I've ever used on my face, barring the Laura Mercier one, but then I haven't used it on camera and you guys want to see why I think it's so awesome and why the heck I'm recommending such an expensive ass powder. Yeah, sorry. So I figured I'd use it today. This is one of my favorite powders at the moment. I just go for this one when I want my face to look perfect. It's every day, bro. So the packaging is just an extra bonus for the amount of money you're spending on it. So I would definitely recommend picking this one up during the VIB sale if that's still going on by the time I upload this one. Hopefully it will be. But if that doesn't happen, sorry. Just kind of dusting this everywhere. I mostly like to focus it on my forehead, and I'm going in with a very, very small amount. If I was using like the Laura Mercier powder or anything more mattifying, I feel like I usually have to go in with a lot more, but this one, I'm going through it pretty slowly, which is a good sign to me because I don't really want to repurchase this one anytime soon. I also feel like this is one that you can't really overdo, so I have like just layered this on, and for some reason it just never ever looks cakey, which I'm so here for. So yeah, this is one of my current favorite powders. Sorry. Figure it's probably time to do my brows because I look crazy. Speaking of looking crazy, thank you guys so much for all your support on my Halloween looks. I'm so incredibly crushed that October is over because that was the most fun and creative month. I have been like, my creativity was flowing. I had the creative juices going. I was loving every single look I was putting up. And now I just feel like I'm kind of in a creativity drought. I haven't really been inspired to create anything, honestly, which is pretty sad. Yeah, October, I was living my best life. You guys made 2 of my posts like low-key pop off, so thank you for that. But everything was just so great. I loved all the looks I created, and thank you guys so much for all your love and support on the Halloween looks because they were so fun to create. I'm rambling. I'm gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Ash Brown to do my brows today. As always, it's just my everyday thing.
It's everyday.
It's just kind of weird. I feel like I always look slightly strange in my makeup look until I put on lashes and lipstick. It doesn't look good until it's like completely done and then it comes together, I feel like. So yeah, let's keep going. I think I'm gonna do bronzer and blush first and then I'll move into the eye look because I have some really exciting palettes to show you guys. But first, let's do bronzer. I'm gonna use the Colourpop bronzer in the shade Private Party. I talked about this one, I think, one time on my channel. I think I talked about this one very briefly in my autumn favorites video, but then I didn't use it on camera. And it's a really pretty color, pretty similar to my favorite Marc Jacobs coconut bronzers in a much smaller pan and a much less beautiful packaging, so I figured I'd use it today because I do really like this one quite a bit. This one actually does have the slightest bit of shimmer running through it, but not to a point where it looks shimmery on the face, because personally, I don't really love shimmery bronzers that much. I can deal with a few of them, like the Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light one. Flippin' gorgeous. But like if it's a baked bronzer and it is literally like a highlighter, no. Can we just talk about the fact that I didn't realize that this was on here? And I've had this bronzer for like 2 months. So just gonna take some nice fluffy bronzer brush and go in. Also, I've had quite a few requests to do a favorite brushes video. I don't think that's something I'd want to do on my main channel, but if you guys want to see an IGTV of my favorite brushes, I would love to do that for you guys. I recently did an IGTV of my hair video, so I talked about my extensions, I talked about my wigs, I talked about styling products and styling tools I use, because I get a lot of questions on my channel about my hair. But I never really wanted to do a full video just because I don't really like watching hair videos on YouTube, and I want my channel to reflect like stuff I actually like to watch. So I figured I'd do that on my IGTV. That's just kind of where I want to put up content that wouldn't necessarily fit on my main channel, but is stuff that you guys want to see and stuff that I wanted to create for you guys. On a completely unrelated note, this bronzer makes me look alive. I love that for us. For blush, I'm going to use the Too Faced Natural Face Palette, what I've been using as a mirror the entire video. I used the shade Pink Wink as a blush in my Extremely Pink Get Ready With Me video. That was so fun, and I honestly did not think it was going to get like views or anything, but you guys really liked that video, so maybe I'll do some crazy stuff like that in the future. Maybe purple. But I did mention that I really like the shade Pink Sand. This is like one of my favorite neutral blushes that I've been using very often lately. Honestly, it's so shocking to me that I'm so into blush right now because I never was a huge blush person. I always just didn't really see it doing anything to my face, but now I feel like since I'm wearing a lot more full coverage foundations and I'm just like better at makeup than I was a year ago, I've actually been using blush correctly and seeing the effect that it can bring to my face, and yeah, I'm living for it. So that is really pretty. Pink Sand is just a gorgeous all-around neutral blush. It works with pretty much every eye look. Moving on to the eye look, I'm going to prime my eyes, as always, using my Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Fix. When I placed my order of the Huda Beauty palette and some other things for the VIB sale, I noticed that they actually had a full-size primer potion as a 500 point perk, so I redeemed my points to get a primer potion because I love that. I think that's awesome that they're doing full-size products because I feel like the 100 point perks have always been like super small, and when you think about the fact that you have to spend $100 to get one of those things, it's like, seriously, why don't I just shop at Ulta? So yeah, really love what Sephora is doing with the points program right now. I think it's a lot more fair in terms of what you get for what you spend. Okay, it is so hard to blend stuff with nails on. Like, I love using my fingers as a tool.
That's what she said.
Especially for eyelid primer and sometimes for eyeshadow, but it's a rough time when you have nails on. So I asked you guys to choose on my Instagram stories between 3 different palettes. I had the Desi Katy Friendcation palette, I had the Ace Beaute Classical Paradise, and then I had the Colourpop Good Sport. And pretty much almost like 75% of you guys wanted to see the Good Sport palette, but then the other like second place contender was Ace Beaute. And very few people want to see the Desi and Katy one, which I get because it is a very neutral palette, and if you are watching me, you probably aren't into neutrals. Regardless, I love all 3 palettes, but these 2 are my favorites for fall, so I want to use them together actually. Just kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, that's not vegan. So just going by the color stories in here, I'm thinking I want to do a green look, which could be interesting. Yeah, green and mustard yellow. That could be fun. Most of the shades I use today are probably going to be out of the Good Sport palette because this is the more affordable option, and also it won the poll. I've got to go with what you guys wanted. So let's get started. I'm gonna just go in to the shade here called Trooper, which is the mustard yellow. And this brush looks dirty, it's just stained. It's not actually dirty, I think. By the way, I am planning on doing that yellow eyeshadows video. You guys wanted me to, and I'm not super good at doing videos, I promise you guys, but I'm trying to get better about it. So that is coming. If it's not here within like 3 weeks, you guys are allowed to attack me. I'm kidding, don't do that. So I'm just like smudging this mustard yellow in the crease. Smudging? No, blending. Blending this mustard yellow throughout the crease. Just trying to create a nice soft transition shade. It's honestly not going to be a super yellow focused look. It's going to be mostly green. I'm kind of going for the aesthetic of what the Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette is. So you could totally create this look using the colors in there, although olive green in there is horrendous, so I don't think you'd want to. Yeah, just building up this yellow in the crease, making sure it's nice and diffused out. This is actually a really easy yellow to work with. I feel like it performs like just any other color, and normally yellows you do have to spend a little bit more TLC on and just kind of give some more attention, but this one I feel like it's pretty effortless to blend out and build up, and it doesn't take a lot of like, you know, packing on to get an actual yellow color, which is nice. So that was the mustard yellow Trooper, and then I think I'm gonna go into the Ace Beaute palette for that nice olive green that we saw earlier, the shade Golden Apple right here. I feel like Golden Apple is definitely a lot lighter than the green shade called Trophies right here, which I'm gonna use later on in the look, and I want a nice, you know, even, soft, perfect gradient of green. Oh, that's really powdery. I've used this shade before, but it wasn't this powdery before. I'm just gonna buff that into the crease right below where I placed the mustard yellow. And I hope these will play well together. Sometimes yellow and green can blend in a really weird way and turn brown. I'm hoping this one won't do that.
No.
Normally I get kind of nervous about mixing formulas from 2 different brands. Colourpop has been a formula that I've been able to mix with a lot of other brands when creating eye looks, and normally without any big problems, so I think it should be fine. Then going back into that yellow shade from the Colourpop palette and just kind of re-establishing the yellowness on the outer edges of where we put the green. And I'm kind of just flicking out that green shade to kind of create a nice almond shaped eye, just blending it outwards, and I'm obviously taking it pretty high onto the brow bone, only leaving this little small area of exposed non-eyeshadowed skin. You can obviously take it a bit lower if you want a less dramatic look, but I'm a drama queen, what can I say? For some reason today, I'm not doing one eye first and then doing the other eye like I normally do. So that is now all blended into a kind of olive green yellow mess of like pukey diarrhea. But it's pretty.
No.
Now I'm gonna go into the darker green. I think I'm gonna do a halo eye today, which I don't normally do on my channel because I'm just a cut crease type of girl, but let's go for it today. So I'm gonna go into the shade here called Trophies, and I'm gonna use the mirror from the Ace Beaute because Colourpop doesn't have a mirror in theirs, which is annoying. So I'm just building up the dark green on the outer corner and blending it upwards into the Ace Beaute. Yeah, this formula and the Ace Beaute one are playing together really, really well, and that's something I'm always concerned about when putting 2 eyeshadow palettes together. But like they're sisters. Not twins, but sisters. Hi, sisters! I'm gonna put some of that dark green onto the inner as well. This is actually kind of looking like the color scheme of the Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette, so I like it. So you know how I said I was gonna not do one eye off camera and then come back and do the other eye? Well, so just gonna pick up where we left off. I was doing the dark green in the inner and outer corner and creating the halo eye. So this is the finished eye look. We'll replicate it on the side. You know what I kind of look like? I look like the dragon from Shrek. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys in a poll. Do I look more like Dove Cameron, but brunette, Selena Gomez, or Vanessa Hudgens? Because I get those three the most on my channel. Like, you look like insert person's name here. I don't think I look like any of them except for maybe like a love child of Selena Gomez and Vanessa Hudgens, but I get Dove Cameron definitely the most. So I figure I'll just ask you guys because I see myself every day. I think I look like me. But yeah, hot take, who do I look more like? Next, taking a wet flat shader brush, I'm gonna go into the shade here called Ebb from the Colourpop palette. It's a like weird lime green shimmer shade. It's so pretty. So just starting it up here, a little bit above the crease, a couple millimeters above my crease. Just swiping it downwards, you can see the intense color payoff already.
So pigmented.
And then just kind of lightly making a small cut crease in the center of my lid, which I'm gonna feather out later with the green shadow. So it's kind of got like blunt endings where the halo meets. So I'm gonna go in with the green shadow and just kind of fill that line in. So back into that deep green shadow from the Colourpop palette and just kind of patting it along the outer edges. Okay, so that is adequately blended out to my tastes, and now glitter. By the way, I apologize for the sun coming in the background. Nothing I can really do about that. So I'm just taking some glitter glue. Again, I forgot to mention it earlier, but this is the Glitter Injections glitter glue. I find that it works really, really well. I do still like the e.l.f. one, which is $2. Not quite sure how much this one is, but any glitter glue will probably work. And I'm just patting that on top of the middle of the halo eye. So first I'm gonna go into chunky glitter called Dose of Shine. Dose of Shine. I thought it said Dose of Colors. I was gonna be like, what? Just taking a bit of that on a very small detailed brush and just patting that on top of where we put the glitter glue. That's really pretty, and then I'm gonna go in with a little bit more glitter glue, just pat that on top of the glitter we just put down. And now I'm gonna go in with some finer glitter, also from Glitter Injections. This is the shade White Gold. I find that mixing fine and chunky glitter can kind of create this super crazy dimensional look on the eyes, which I think can't really be replicated by just like a simple liquid glitter or anything like that. So that is the glitter all on, and now I just want to do the lower lash line, finish off with mascara and lashes, and then we can go into lips, and then we're done. So, go into the dark green, once again, from the Colourpop palette, and just buff that along the lower lash line. And then Golden Apple from the Ace Beaute palette. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Caution Mascara for my mascara. This is a mini size, obviously. But once again, as I did mention, I am going to a party tonight, and I'm not planning on redoing my makeup. This is one of the most smudge-proof, budge-proof mascaras. It kind of performs like a waterproof mascara, but you know, it actually comes off your eyes. Mascara's on, I'm gonna go into my lashes. These are the Morphe lashes in the style Heartbreaker. They're kind of this like fun tapered style. I think they're really good for more dramatic looks, but they're also not so thick that you really can't see anything that you did on the lid, which is good because we did a lot of lid work with this particular look. So, struggle to open things with my nails and use the House of Lashes lash glue, as always. For inner corner highlight, I'm going to go into the shade here called Sunflower. It's the yellow shimmery shade next to Maze. We're just patting this on the inner corner. Ugh, yes. A little bit on the brow bone as well. Now it's time for highlighter. This brand called C Color Cosmetics reached out to me and wanted to send me some stuff. So they sent me a couple like palettes. One of them was this highlighting kit. And when I opened it, I was like, It's very clear what they're duping. This is obviously a dupe of the Huda Beauty highlighter palette, which I wouldn't have a problem with if it wasn't such a direct, obvious copy. I don't know where I stand on these types of like dupes that are exactly the same as other palettes. Most of the time I err on the side of like, hey, that's not cool, maybe come up with your own ideas, but I get that for some people a more affordable option like this is better, and sometimes it's like from a brand you don't want to support. This brand does make Laura Lee dupes. But yeah, let's put this on. I'm I'm gonna use, I think, the gold shade and then a little bit of the white shade. Whoa. I've only really swatched these before. I didn't really think there was anything special about them when I swatched them, but damn, that's really pretty. Holy crap. Okay, that makes me want to try the original Huda palette, because I haven't tried the original Huda Beauty highlighter palette that this is duping, but if it's anything like this, dang. My only concern with this is that affordable highlighters are more likely to wear off quicker, and as I said, I'm going for longevity with this look, so I'll lock it in with some setting spray, but like, holy moly. There is also a cream shade in here. I'm probably never gonna use that. The powders are beautiful. Okay, I wasn't really sure what to use for lips, so I'm just gonna go with what I know and love. I'm gonna use my Colourpop lip liner and Ultra Satin Lip in the shade 951, which is my favorite neutral tone nude. It literally works with everything. So yeah, let's do it. Yes.
Yes.
That's the most beautiful color. I'm going to go put on an outfit and film the intro and the outro. Alright guys, so here's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this get ready with me. Olive green, grungy, dark, sexy? No, not really. Thanks for chilling with me and watching me do my makeup. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed down below, and also make sure you're following me on my Instagram to see makeup looks like this one posted every single day. And if you made it to the very end of this video, I made it to the very end of this video with these long ass nails, but if you made it to the very end of this video, I love you. Bye.